Hi everyone, I'm Colin Shannon, and today we'll be discussing a strategic communication plan focused on improving fan engagement for the Houston Dash, a team in the National Women's Soccer League. This plan outlines key strategies to bridge the gap between growing national interest in women's sports and local fan participation here in Houston. So, despite a growing interest in women's sports, with the NWSL and WNBA seeing unprecedented growth in viewership and sponsorships, the Dash struggle with low attendance and limited fan interaction. This is despite playing in the fourth largest city in the US with an extremely diverse population. So this plan focuses on closing that gap through strategic communication. To fully understand the challenge, let's examine the Dash's background. Since their inception in 2015, the team's on-field success has been limited, with only one playoff appearance and one Challenge Cup win in the COVID-19 pandemic-shortened season. Off the pitch, the Dash haven't fully leveraged communication tools. Their social media presence is minimal, and most community partnerships are shared with Houston Dynamo FC, the men's professional soccer team. This makes it difficult to stand out in a city dominated by several well-established professional sports teams and major university athletics programs. The Dash's limited on-field success and minimal presence in the local sports conversation have hindered fan loyalty and brand resonance. Fan engagement is critical for the Dash's future. A vibrant fan community is essential for generating consistent match day revenue and ensuring the team's long-term stability. When fans are deeply engaged, they become emotionally invested, transforming into passionate brand ambassadors who advocate for the team and attract new supporters. This is how we build a sustainable and thriving franchise. To strategically improve fan engagement, we conducted a comprehensive SWOT analysis. This framework helps us identify key internal and external factors. So for strengths, the shared infrastructure with the Dynamo and a diverse local market offer untapped advantages. Promoting player personalities can build emotional investment as well. For weaknesses, the biggest one is the Dash trails behind peer teams in fan engagement, particularly in digital and local media presence. For opportunities, emerging media technology and a growing fan base for women's sports present scalable opportunities for the Dash to engage audiences worldwide. And their threats include the already mentioned saturated Houston sports market with successful teams like the Astros, the Rockets, the Texans, and the University of Houston. The Dash really get limited positive media attention. So to develop effective strategies, we've identified 3 key stakeholder groups. First, our active stakeholders are those already deeply involved. There are brand ambassadors contributing financially and through digital following and community involvement. For this group, our key message is appreciation. We need to reinforce their importance, offer personal recognition, and provide rewards to deepen their devotion and encourage referrals. Our latent stakeholders, the ones that have potential for engagement, are casual Houston sports fans, youth soccer families, Houston Dynamo supporters, and national women's soccer viewers. And our dormant stakeholders, which possess power but lack legitimacy or urgency, are lapsed season ticket holders, former sponsors, and former media outlets such as the Houston Chronicle and 94.5 FM, who used to cover the team, and also the Space City Home Network on TV. So to achieve measurable results, we've set 3 SMART objectives. First, we aim to increase social media engagement by 50% across all platforms by the end of 2025. This means a significant boost in likes, comments, shares, and followers. Second, we will launch a dedicated community relations team by the end of the 2025 regular season, separate from the Dynamo, that will focus solely on the Dash's local identity. And third, tied directly to those two other goals, we want to increase average home game attendance by 20% for the 2026 season, bringing our average to around 9,200 fans per game. So our strategies are multifaceted. We'll enhance fan engagement by fostering two-way conversations on social media, provide exclusive behind-the-scenes content, and promote player stories that humanize the team. We want to ensure consistent brand messaging across all platforms and use an integrated content calendar. Responsiveness to media and community inquiries is crucial, and a dedicated community relations team will manage this. Finally, we will actively re-engage latent and dormant stakeholders through targeted content, personalized outreach, and loyalty programs to bring them back to the Dash. To put these strategies into action, we have specific tactics. We'll launch the Dash Direct social media initiative with weekly behind-the-scenes videos, monthly live question and answer sessions, and interactive polls to deepen fan connections. Our dedicated community relations team will be activated by hiring 2 full-time staff members to start, who will lead independent outreach and monthly communication and community events. We will also introduce themes for every match day to enhance the fan experience. While there are match day themes right now, they're not consistent, and having those types of events every single game will bring more notoriety to the team. We will also proactively resume media and influencer partnerships to expand our reach through exclusive content and stories. This plan has a proposed budget of $360,000, strategically allocated across key areas to maximize our outreach and return on investment. This includes funds for social media content and advertising, our community relations staff, and enhancing our game day experiences. The budget does seem a little bit high, but research on Glassdoor.com budgets a community relations staff of 2, including a senior level position, at roughly this amount. It's listed here at $180,000. So for our calendar, our implementation timeline is ambitious, but it's achievable. We'll kick off next month, July 2025, with staff hiring and later in the month a media announcement. Throughout the rest of 2025, we'll launch our #DashDirect campaign, engage youth soccer leagues, and host our first major community events. I imagine this will be partnered with MD Anderson Cancer Center, the kit sponsor for the Dash and the Dynamo, and show a priority on cancer screenings. The off-season will focus on surveys, welcome back initiatives for dormant stakeholders, and holiday events. By January 2026, we'll be preparing for the new season with loyalty programs and a joint fan fest with the Dynamo. The 2026 season will see the launch of a Fan of the Month campaign, continuous theme nights, and ongoing monitoring to make sure that we meet these goals. To make sure that we stay accountable and look for continuous improvement, we will implement robust evaluation metrics. These output metrics will track consistency and implementation of our social media campaigns. Outreach metrics will measure how widely our messages are shared and amplified by media and influencers. Most importantly, our outcome metrics will track actual behavioral change, such as a 50% increase in social media engagement, 80% positive fan sentiment, and the aforementioned 20% increase in home game attendance for next season. In conclusion, this strategic communications plan will bridge the gap between the national surge in women's soccer popularity and local fan participation for the Dash. By engaging in active stakeholders, enhancing our public reputation and brand recognition, and fostering deeper community ties will ensure the Dash are well positioned for long-term growth and success.